I caught my younger sister giving birth, and no one even knew she was pregnant. Hey guys, this is a true story animation. Someone who didn't know that their sister was pregnant.
38 plus 2 weeks? Pregnant?
And saw her yeetus an entire fetus out her vagitus. Let's watch.
I was fast asleep when my dog Barney woke me up. My eyes stung and my alarm clock showed me that it was only 3 a.m.
3 a.m. That's when we go to sleep. Barney, what you barking about? Shouldn't you be singing I love you, you love me?
He wasn't just barking. He was also running back and forth from the door, as if he wanted me to follow him.
Oh, the dog is about to be the biggest snitch of 2020. Something's going on over here.
I eventually gave in. I almost tripped over one of his toys on the way out the door, and I just managed to steady myself when I heard something. It was faint at first, but the further down the hall I went, the louder it became.
Okay, are there parents here? Is it just two sisters living together? You hear the dog barking. Isn't it gonna wake up the entire household and possibly neighborhood?
It sounded like someone was being strangled. Fear shot through my body. The only people in the house at the time were me and my little sister Cassie. Our parents were away at a conference, and they'd warned me about locking all the doors and windows.
Oh, heck, that's terrifying. Imagine you wake up in the middle of the night, you hear somebody screaming in the bathroom. I would have been like, okay, she had a wild night out, and now she's paying for it on the toilet. No big deal. Go back to sleep.
Before I realized what I was doing, I found myself banging on the bathroom door. The door was locked, and when I banged on it, my sister went silent. All I could hear was Barney barking by my side.
That's scary. Also, you got some balls, like something crazy's going on in the bathroom. FBI, open up. We got a noise complaint. What's going on? And then just complete silence.
Let me in, Cassie. Lola, go away.
I would have just thought like, maybe she had some gas station sushi. It was not good. Maybe I gotta get this Taco Bell out of my system.
I'm fine. I just feel a bit sick. Please go back to bed. Then I heard her cry. I couldn't just leave her in there like that. Even if there was someone in there hurting her, I had to save her.
Why do you think there's somebody in there hurting her? Like she just said.
I'm sick.
And second of all, Barney, that dog, is a little a-hole. Like, you crying with the door closed in the bathroom and he gonna just stand outside and start barking?
I took a few steps back and then ran towards the door, bashing it with my hip. Suddenly, the door burst open. There was no one in there with my sister. It was just her. She was squatting on the floor, her face bright red, and that's when I saw it. A bump. My sister was pregnant.
Oh. But how did you not know that your sister that you live with is 9 months
Pregnant?
That baby can pop out any minute now. Okay, you know what? After I eat sometimes, I literally look 6 months pregnant. Not even kidding.
Cassie, what's going on? She didn't reply. She just looked at me and let out a blood-curdling scream. The baby was clearly on the way. What was I supposed to do? I'd only ever seen this happen in movies.
Same. Like, I mean, you busted down the door. What now? Did her sister know she was pregnant? You know, that's a thing. There's been some people that don't even know that they're pregnant. Like, one day they wake up and they're having the baby and they're like,
What's going on?
Am I pregnant? Help?
like they had no idea until they went to the hospital and a real baby popped right out. Wild.
Let me just add that I didn't even know Cassie had a boyfriend.
Don't need a boyfriend to make a baby. You can use the mailman, the dude that comes to mow your lawn, your Uber driver, your Postmate, any fully functional male.
Cassie was the little baby sister I'd always dreamed about. And because our parents worked so much, we looked out for each other. Our mom and dad were both big shot lawyers who devoted almost all their time to work.
Okay, so mommy and daddy are lawyers. Y'all got money. Also, now the story sounds fake. Not because, oh, I busted the door open and my sister was just like casually having a baby on a Saturday night.
No.
But she was like, she was the little sister I always dreamed of. What? Ain't anybody have a little sibling and be like,
They were the sibling I always dreamed of.
that's the type of thing an only child says because they've never actually had a sibling. I remember when my little sister was born, we were all miserable. We were like, oh, another one? Another child? It was a battle for my mother's love.
When I was about 10 years old, I decided my little sister was annoying. It wasn't cool to be seen with an 8-year-old hanging onto my arm at all times. One day, she tried to get into my room when my best friend was over, and I shouted at her. I told her to leave me alone and find her own friends.
That's sad.
You didn't let me hang out with your friends. I'm gonna go have a baby and make my own friends.
Cassie ran away. We ended up finding her in a field later that evening. She was crying, saying she didn't want to come home unless our mom stopped working so much. I hadn't really thought about it up until then, just how much our parents worked. That was just the breaking point. She'd run away for attention.
No, it's sad, but it's also true. Coming from someone who has run away and has known people that have run away, yes. I mean, I'm speaking for myself. Yeah, attention. I want to come home and I want to be loved. I want things to change. So I'm gonna run away. So you'll care about me more. Okay, but no, this is really sad. And I feel bad for the sister because obviously she's been through a lot.
She pretty much went off the rails after that. She was caught smoking behind the science department at school when she was only 12. And then when she was 14, she got suspended from school for cheating on an exam.
Wow, if I was a sister, I'd 100% blame myself. I'd be like, dang, if only I was a better sister. If only I spent more time with her, let her hang out with me. No, she's like, my sister went through all this, but you know what? I just accepted that because that's what sisters do. Oh, my sister got suspended. She 12 and lighting one up. That's what kids do. No! I would have been like, what are you doing? I feel like everybody in their life needs somebody to tell them when they're doing something wrong. You make your wrong decisions, you hang out with the wrong people. Everybody will one day grow up and then realize like, oh, heck, my parents were right about a lot of things. Like that's how I was 100%. I used to be the bad kid. I was the rebel. I didn't want to listen to my parents. And as soon as I moved out, and a lot of things happened. And then I'm like, wow, my parents are right. I should have listened to them.
Had I been so caught up in my own world that I failed to notice she was pregnant? Honestly, who can hide a baby bump for 9 months?
Obviously, sisters that don't look at each other for 9 months.
Seeing her here now, squatting on the floor like that, I realized she was massive, like a whale.
What? Bro, that is so rude. Like your sister popping a squat, giving birth, and all you can say is she was massive, like whale.
We needed to call an ambulance. When I got up to leave, she started crying and asked me to stay. She said she was scared and didn't want to be alone any longer. I told her the ambulance would be here in no time. That's when she started bawling her eyes out, begging me not to call one.
Okay, now I am convinced that her sister, the girl telling the story, is like, well, like, what's wrong with you? Like, oh, okay, you having a baby, you know, I'm gonna call 911, okay. Hello, we got a code 511. The fetus has been yeeted. Walks away. You ain't gonna stay with her?
She let out a scream that sent shivers up my spine. And that's when I realized the baby was on its way. In fact, it was already coming out.
Bro, what do you mean I realized the baby was on its way? We don't realize the baby was on its way as soon as I busted that door open.
And that's how I ended up delivering my little sister's baby.
Bro, what is this demonic summoning ritual animation?
Is this how Satan was born?
Or my sister's baby?
I won't go into the gory details, but let's just say I don't ever want to do that again.
No heck. I don't think that's something you will do multiple times in your life. Deliver your sister's baby on the bathroom floor. Imagine it coming out like being like, oh yeah, I'm never doing that again. This sister's a jerk. Oh, what happened to the dog? Didn't the dog come in and like start sniffing around like, what did you spill on the floor? Slurps up the baby juice. That's gross.
I went to call an ambulance, and while I was on my way to get my phone, I heard a knock at the door. I ran down to open it. Standing there were 2 policemen, and they could clearly see something was up. I had blood on my hands and sweat all over my face, and I wasn't even the one who'd given birth.
Oh heck, the police are here. Me covered with blood. Sir, I didn't do it. I innocent. I baby.
At that moment in time, I didn't know what was better, an intruder or this surprise baby.
Which is better? Comment below. You open the bathroom door in the middle of the night, you see your sister having a baby, or an intruder? Comment below. I don't even know what should be worse. Both equally as traumatizing.
Only when we were safely in the hospital room did I realize the extent of what had just happened. My sister was a mom. I now had a baby nephew. One thing was for sure, our parents would go mental when they find out.
Lawyer parents who are never home. Oh, honey. honey, where did we go wrong? We gave you everything. Okay, at least y'all loaded and mommy and daddy can pay for it.
In the morning, Cassie finally had enough energy to tell me what was going on. A year ago, she'd started dating a guy from another school. He was a bit of a rebel, and she'd said she'd only been drawn to him because she wanted to upset her parents.
Wow, looks like we got some bad kids doing bad things. That's illegal.
She did it for attention, and getting pregnant had been a complete accident. She wouldn't tell me who the guy was. She just said it was all a big mistake and that the guy was bad news.
Oh, just don't worry about it. Just life lessons, big mistake. What about the kid? What are you gonna do with it? You're just gonna grow up and be like, okay, here was my story. Show them this animation. Mother said you are a mistake.
Our parents would obviously find out, especially because she was only 16.
Oh, well, heck. Okay, next step, Dr. Phil. Step 1, become a bad child. Step 2, get kicked out of school. Step 3, get pregnant. Step 4, Dr. Phil. Step 5, internet famous. Profit.
Cassie said she had secretly been planning to give the baby up for adoption. She said that she had the official papers ready and that there were already a few families interested, and it was as good as a done deal.
Wait, people like been on this? Is this how it works? Y'all just show up at a courthouse? Okay, we got a brand new newborn baby. $500. 500. Oh, we got 1,000. Can I get a $10,000? $10,000 going once, $10,000, $50,000, $50,000 going once, $50,000 going twice. Sold! And all behind her parents' back like you just had a baby. Oh man, imagine like you telling your parents this like 10, 20 years later. And you'd be like, you sold my grandchild? I didn't even know I had a grandchild.
After breakfast, a nurse came in and told my sister that she had 1 hour left with her son, and then he would be taken to the nursery room to wait for his new adoptive parents.
What do you mean you have 1 hour left with your son? I would have been like, no, I don't even want to see him. Like, take him.
My sister looked numb. After the nurse left the room, the magnitude of what she was about to do hit her. She was inconsolable. I held her as she cried. She didn't say it, but I could tell she regretted what was about to happen.
Okay, that's pretty sad, but I'm not gonna cry. Just kidding. But yeah, that's something I'll never understand. It's like, I've heard so many times, it's like when you hold your baby for the first time, it's like, oh my God, I love this thing. I mean, it's like that when I got my puppy. It's like when I saw Ash for the first time and I was just like, I would die for you.
The only thing she said that whole day was, I regret it, Lola. I want him back. He's my baby. Please help me.
Oh, that is a big yikes. Good thing both of your parents are lawyers. Mother, I had a child and I sold him. Can you guys get my kid back? Well, I don't know what's a bigger mess, this or what you did to that bathroom. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Smash like so it doesn't happen to you or your sister, because this would suck. And make sure you turn on notifications. Click, click. And make sure you subscribe to the Wolf Pack. Oh, I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.